since 1948. They're a trusted partner to municipalities, the private developers in Eastern Ontario, and as the largest heavy civil construction company in Eastern Ontario. The TCO Agromart, right here in the corner of County Road 11 and 41, has been an industry leader of crop inputs and services for over 30 years. They continue to introduce new services, products, and innovative ideas for the agricultural industry. So thank you very much to TCO Agromart. And Sheelan Pools, experienced team shares the passion to serve their customers. This Sheelan staff is ready to assist you in choosing out the right pool or spa to get you into your backyard oasis. They carry a wide variety of pool pumps, pool filters, pool heaters, cleaners, liners, covers, and much, much more. Go talk to the people at Sheelan Pools and create your dream backyard oasis. I think that rounds out our gold sponsors. Of course, our premier sponsor for this event, our platinum sponsor, Lennox Fencing. Whether you're looking for fencing supplies or a complete design and installation, Lennox Fencing is your source for residential and commercial fencing. They're right here in Napanee. Lennox Fencing has been supporting Barefoot water skiers in Ontario since 2013. Dwight Williams, owner of this site, is the owner of Lennox Fencing, local company in Napanee. You can see the products. He's used some of them for this event around the judges area, around his property. So we thank Dwight for not only hosting the event with his wife Michelle, but for being the platinum sponsor of this Barefoot World Championships and making such a comfortable environment for all of us to enjoy. So it looks like we've got the girls slalom redo starting. Not too sure who this competitor is on the water. Looks like possibly, I could be way off here, the Italian girl. We'll have to get the start order back out from the girls slalom event, just so we can figure out where we're at.
So right here on the junior girls slalom, this is the way the preliminary round shaped up. We had in right now.
No signal.
Yeah, we're taking 8, so it's Chiara Rattalino and Matilda Gasparini at 4.9 were the 8 and 7 in. Megan Adams with the 5.2 was in. As
we have no signal.
Seed. April Foster of New Zealand was in at 6.2. Riley Stenson, USA, was in at 7.2. Elena McClung, Australia, 7.6. And Lexi McCulley with an 8.0. And Alex Youngblood had the top score at 11.2.
We're just, I think it was the young Italian girl that Victoria Rattalino that went out. I'm not sure, but I think I recognized her. We don't have a signal on our ship to shore, so we weren't able to call that run. But we're hoping to see it back up and running shortly. We've got no signal right now on that ship to shore. I think it was, I believe it was this Victoria Rattalino. It didn't look like a Chinese girl. I don't see Filippo. I wonder if it's Celine Brown. Is that her? Well, you'd think the girl here would take the run, right? That's got to be St. Pete right there, huh? On the dock for the back there? I would think so. Then it could be USA. Not too sure who's on the dock ready to go next.
Yeah, it looks like it could be Celine Vranx from Belgium there. When she was on the bubble, this could be interesting. Celine had a 4.2. She needs a 0.7 to move up, and it could, what could happen? And we could even force a ski off then between Matilda and Chiara yet. So this is really going to be interesting here yet for this division to determine the finals. And should be able to tell you who this is. And I think that is, I want to say that was Vittoria Rattalino there. Pretty sure it is. It looks like it is.
It does look like Victoria. So,
unless, well, here's the other thing. You know, how does this work, Richard? So if you're on the bubble, if you're Kiara or Matilda, you got a 4.9 and you think you can ski better, are you going to sit and wait for somebody to pass you up, or are you going to take a re-ride too and post a higher score if you know you can do it? So
yeah. So I think that we got to backtrack and either try to find the okay, here's the start order for the prelims. I would imagine they'd be going off the dock in the order, no? They said they're going to go in any order they appear. Okay.
Yeah, the message I got from what I heard earlier is they're going to get pulled and whoever's in line. So they each get, if you want to re-ride, I think you just go. And that was one of the Italian girls. I'm not sure if the two that were tied and already in are trying to better their scores, or if that was Vittoria Ratalino, who had a 2.25 and is trying to crack into the. So you're going to need better right now. You're going to need 4.9 or better to get in. And, of course, there's the risk. If you go for the optional re-ride and you get a lower score, you might also shuffle the group. You don't get to default to the score you already posted. You're taking what you're electing to ski right now. So the risk factor's there, and right now we've got Celine Vranks from Belgium, who was the first person out on and is in the 9 spot. We're taking 8 with a 4.2. We get Celine above a 4.9. She's in, but like I say, it's going to force a ski off. If we don't get Chiara Ratalino and Matilda Gasparini, either one of those re-skiing, and we get one better score, there's going to be a ski off for that 8th spot between the two Italian girls.
Well, there you go. I think this is Selena Bronx from Belgium. Still have no signal on our ship to shore. So we'll have to just rely on possibly the preliminary scores coming out of the boat.
Yeah, and I see Megan Adams down there on the dock. She's in her street clothes. She's sitting there in the 6th spot with 5.2. So she's looks like she's not going to take her chances and try to push that any further. She's going to take her chances and say, I'm going to make that cut into the finals just by letting the other girls ski. So playing it safe there, Megan Adams from the USA. And I think that might be it. I don't see any other junior girls down there. We might only see the two competitors. I didn't hear who the first skier was and what the score was. I'm going to guess it was Vittoria Ratalino.
Yeah, I would have thought we'd see Sammy Eaton from the U.S. Perhaps come out. Maybe she's getting her gear on or whatever, but she'd probably be a potential threat to get into the next round. Right now she was sitting on a 3.9.
I see a USA swimsuit or a wetsuit there walking out on the dock right now. I believe that is Sammy Eaton trying to knock her way into the finals here. That's probably a good strategy play for her. She's got absolutely nothing to lose here going out and skiing this. So we'll see what pans out for Sammy. She's definitely got great water. Of course, in comparison what the girls skied on earlier today in this group, it's been glass pretty much all day. Nice solid conditions here.
We can hear the boat coming back. We are. We still have no signal. So this would be Selena Vranks coming back. Well, good sign. She's still up, doing her back 2-foot crosses. Finished her pass, skiing it out outside the way. Great job, Selena Vranks. We're hoping to see a better score out of her for this redo.
open men overall is like the first 4 places.
We've got some life. I just saw the roof of something, or possibly the boat. We had a little bit of life in our ship to shore.
Anyway, great job.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
So we're looking for provisional scores to come out of the boat. So far, we haven't heard any scores.
Yeah, it looks like we've had 3 of the young ladies that didn't make it in as of what was skied earlier. I think it was Vittorio Radolino of Italy was out on the water. We just saw Celine Veronix of Belgium, and now we're going to bring out Sammy Eaton. So the message here, be on your alert, because if one of these just
Please announce that Open Men's Slalom Series 3 results are posted.
Series 3 Open Men's Slalom results are posted. Series 3 is what I got over the radio. Open Men's Slalom results are posted.
Yeah, I want to point out here, if just one of these girls scores a better than a 4.9, it's going to force a ski off between Chiara Rattolino and Matilda Gasparini. So I assume we want to do that ski off immediately after this.
Yeah, I'm assuming the chief judge and the dock started there have it figured out. I see more people on the dock with wetsuits, so it's probably going to be some more skiing to be done. We haven't got any scores come out of the boat yet, so unsure of if the scores have improved or not.
Looking at a very tight race here currently for the Open Men overall. In the 1 spot right now, David Small of Great Britain with 29.29. In second place, we have USA's Jackson Gerard with 28.11. Third, we have Keith St. Ange, USA, with 27.86, and Keenan Derry at 27.46. So.
Well, the provisional score for Selena Vranks, 5.3. Is that what I heard? The correct number, 5.3. That is substantially better than her first round score.
Yeah, that's actually a solid score. If that's Celine Vranck's score at 5.3, that's going to move her into 6, move Megan Adams into 7, and create a ski off between Matilda Gasparini and Chiara Rattolino of Italy for that last spot. Okay, we ended up, that was Matilda Gasparini trying to improve her score, came in at a 3.6.
3.6 on her first pass. So Matilda had, what did she have in the first round total score?
Matilda had a 4.9, so
wow.
That was a 1-pass score of 3.6.
3.6. She's in the hunt to have an increased score here, 3.6 on 1 pass.
Well, I'll tell you what, Matilda's a pretty smart girl here, and if what she's attempting to do is hedge on what Celine Veronix is going to do, and Celine goes out and skis, what was it, a 5.4?
Yes.
What Matilda's doing is getting ahead of the game and trying not to force that ski off. So this might be a great call for the young Italian girl.
You bet, you bet. So Matilda on the water, 3.6 on her first pass. Still no video. Looks like she went down. Not so sure if she might have got through her pass or not.
Okay, yeah. Well, here again, this might backfire then if Matilda didn't get enough points to get back up to that 4.9, and Chiara's not skiing, then Chiara would be in a situation where she would get that last spot. But I see what looks to be another Italian on the dock, so this might be a maybe this was actually the ski off too. We don't know.
That could very well be that this is.
Yeah, this could very well be the ski off. If not, it's turning into the ski off.
Second pass 2.2. That's a total score of 5.8, correct? It sounded like I got a score of 2.2 for the second pass. I'm not sure. We're getting. Yeah, so we got a 5.8
Wow.
total score. So she has bumped her score up from 4.9 to a 5.8, I believe.
Yeah, that's going to move her actually above Celine Bronx. And Celine came up and posted it's going to put her above Megan Adams. I think it's going to bump Megan down to the 7th spot then, or the 8th, 7th spot.
So we've got
No.
at 4.9.
Yeah, it's got Megan Adams in at the 8th spot right now, and we've got one more Italian
She's
ready
gonna
to hit the water.
Try to
so.
ski into the 8th spot. Needs to get a, I guess it would be a 5.2.
I think if I were Megan Adams, I'd have my wetsuit on right now just in case.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea. Just a hint, Megan Adams. Yeah, I think it's a 5.2 from Selena Bronx. Is the score that Selena's or Chara is going to have to beat a 5.2 in order to secure the spot in the next round.
Right here, this is it. Chiara Ratalino, she has a chance to. Right now, we got Megan Adams, I think, sitting in the 8th spot, and she's got to ski better than a 5.2 of Megan Adams. She had a 4.9 earlier. She's going to need to score a 0.3 better than her run earlier this morning to take over that 8th spot from Megan Adams. So a lot riding here on this run for Chiara Ratalino of Italy.
Celine Bronx got a 5.2. So Megan tied.
Was it a 5.2?
I believe so. Here we go. We got our video back.
Okay, here we go. Looks like Chiara Ratalino. And there's a 1 foot and a touchdown. And a touchdown on 2. And a touchdown on 3, it looks like. And maybe that was a clean one there on 4. Maybe an early set down there. So maybe a 1, maybe a 2.5 on that pass, maybe at best, depending on if they score the 1. I think there was a 1 foot cross.
It looks like perhaps Megan's warming up, just going for a little run.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how this unfolds. We think we heard a 5.4 for Celine Bronx. If that's the case, we weren't sure if it's 5.4, if it's 5.2, if it's 5.
Almost sounded like a 2.7. 2.7 for the first pass.
Okay,
it sounded
so
like
2.7. She's going to need to put up. It's going to be probably 2.5, or excuse me, 5 back 2 foot crosses, probably to get her to the next. Get her above 5.2 or Megan Adams at, I'm thinking is where it's going to be. We're going to need about 5, minimum of 5 2 foot crosses, I think, to, unless it was if it was a 2.7, she can get in with, it's going to, I'd say 5 would play it safe. 5 2 foot crosses here in time if she can pull that out. Yeah, we're not sure Celine Bronx if she had a 5.2 or a 5.4. If it's a 5.2, it gets interesting because then she's tied with Megan Adams, and that would be a ski off with those two. So here we go. Chiara Ratalino of Italy coming up backwards on her second pass on the re-ride of the preliminary round of Junior Girls Wake Slalom, setting up in the right-hand side of the curl, or right-hand side of the wake. There's 1. A little wide, but coming back. There's 2. There's 3. There's 4. There's 5. 6. I'm sure we're out of time there, but I'll tell you what, that might have been what she needed to do to find herself back, claw her way back into the finals. She was there, but to solidify her spot, that could have been what she needed to do. That was a good stand-up second pass backwards there for Kiara Rutley. Okay. Boy, that's a breather for Megan. We're getting a provisional score of Kiara Ratalino of 5.1, so 0.1 behind Megan Adams.
I'm not sure who we have on the dock there. It'd be really, really helpful if you could get a, show us the score sheet or something so we can see the skier's name that's on the dock.
Right there.
There you go. It looks like Sammy Eaton showing up for the redo run. Glad to see Sammy here. She had a 3.9 from her preliminary round. I would have thought she would be here earlier, but here now.
That's what gets interesting here, because when you look at Sammy Eaton's track record, there's a lot of sixes in there, and you know what? Right now, I think Megan Adams with that 5.2 is probably going to be on the 8th spot. So Sammy Eaton, who's put up sixes, has a chance to get in here. Came up a little short here. Had a fall early, 3.9, but you know what? Living the good life. That's good, clean living. Going to get you another round here. So
yeah, these girls are all stepping up in this redo run on this shorter rope. It's got a nicer wake, a little less to cross, so they're all kind of bumping their scores up. Here we got Sammy Eaton from the USA. We got our live feedback coming in frontwards. She's looking to boost her score substantially from that 3.9, and she can do it. Here's the opening 2-foot cross. Coming back for another 2-foot cross. She's just doing smooth. There's a 1-footer, nice and clean all the way. And across for a 2. Lifting that foot up again. Nice, clean 1-footer. Looks like 5 crosses, 2 on 1.
Yeah, that's what I had. I had about a 3.5 with the 2 1-foots if they pay her for those. So
3.5 there.
Yeah,
she had a 3.9. She's going to boost her score for sure.
Yeah. She gets up and does 2 1-foot or 2 2-foot crosses backwards. She's already beyond where she posted her score. But what do we say that was, Richard? A
3.5 perhaps on that run.
So she needs 4 crosses here, I'd say, to solidify it for her. She gets 4 2-foot crosses.
I think they mentioned you have to time that run for the timer had a malfunction. However, ours up here looked like it's pretty spot on. That it would be perhaps 5 crossings in total.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking there, and maybe probably 2 1-foots and 3 2-foots. So like a 3.5, which if she gets 4 2-foot crosses backwards here, she should be moving on, I think.
She would be, yeah. So hard to say. I think we did unfortunately get a little confused on where we were at, who was skiing, and the scores that were coming in. But it looks as though we're going to have a couple more skiers in this girls event to challenge that 8th spot to get in. Here goes Sammy Eaton on the backside, rolled over, coming into the course backwards. She's looking to get at least 4 2-foot crossings backwards. We didn't get a provisional score, but we're guessing it's somewhere around 3.5. Here she goes, coming in backwards on the 2-foot crosses. There's 1. There's number 2. She's got it nice and stable. Here's number 3. And in time, can she get 4? She's across for 4. Looks like she's got 5.
Yep.
5 crosses.
Yeah,
There's a good chance that
and
Sammy Eaton has now just skied her way into the finals. So my guess is that we're probably going to see, the likes of maybe Megan Adams come back out and ski. I'm not sure if she's in or not.
Yeah, the scores are posted. No, that would have pushed Megan out, I think, if it is what we think it is.
Yeah, so somewhere around 5.5 for Sammy Eaton.
Yes, so that's coming clear. A 5.5 would put Sammy Eaton in the that would put her in the 7th spot. put Celine Bronx into the 8th spot and would boot out Megan Adams from the finals. So
yeah, we're looking for hopefully Megan Adams is going to be skiing again here. I didn't see her do a redo ride. Not sure what's transpiring there.
I'll tell you, the person who I see benefiting the most here, this reride, Chiara Rattalino, was on the bubble tied at 8, moved up to 6 with a 5.7. So she's really the one that made the biggest leap, took herself out of a ski-off situation. Matilda went out with the reride, put up a 5.1, moved up from a 4.9. But everyone seems to be raising their scores here in this reride. So
well, it's a little easier when the rope's shorter there, Gus. You take 6 meters off the rope, and these girls are having a better time out there.
Yeah, the wake gets a little narrower, doesn't it, at that distance?
It gets a little narrower, and it gets a little easier to ski. Even the wash in the middle, it doesn't have such a big dip down and up. So it is a more pleasurable wash to ski. But it does look like what do we got here? We got number 1 through number 8. We're still waiting for a score to pop up.
Yeah, Sammy Eaton's not posted yet, but that's based on what we heard, she's definitely going to be at least in the 7th spot.
Gotcha. Yeah. Yep. She will be. We'll wait for Sammy Eaton's score to refresh on our live results. But as it looks now, if she's got anything above a 5.2, that she would be she'd be in.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think it's going to be 5.4 or better because of I think we just heard Sammy Eaton's going to come in at probably mid 5.5. I think she's going to be a notch above Celine